So after doing the ceramic coating on both my wife's car and my buddy's cars, I actually have a little bit of ceramic coating left, and I don't quite know what to do with it. And this stupid idea popped in my head. I actually asked the manufacturers of the ceramic coating to see if it actually can be used to resurrect some of my ceramic pans that are now longer sticking. They're a couple of years old, and if you ever bought ceramic coated pans, after about a year or 2 years, they start losing their non-stick properties. And the manufacturer's response was, sorry buddy, our products are not food grade and they're not rated for use on food, but just for fun and to use up what maybe 2 or 3 drops left of the ceramic product, I decided to polish the pan to strip whatever product that may have remained, or whatever ceramic coating that may have remained, and reapply the ceramic coating for car paint and see if it actually works. And this is the experiment that you're about to see. This ceramic coated pan is several years old, and as you can see, it's not in the greatest of all shapes. It's one of my earlier ceramic coated pans, so we didn't really take good care of it. It's got scratches and dings everywhere. Even though it's a few years old, it kind of still works. We use it almost on a daily basis. Here I'm cooking an egg on it. I like my eggs over easy, with a little bit of pepper and salt on top. As you can see, it kind of sticks to the pan. If you put enough oil underneath, it'll be fine. For a non-stick pan, its non-stick properties are almost gone. But with enough oil, it still functions. Obviously, I don't want to put too much oil and grease when I cook, so it does take a little bit of convincing to try and get the egg to release from the pan, and flipping it sometimes gets a little messy. It's the trusty Wheels Garage correction cream that I've used on my buddy's Porsche GT4s and GT3s, as well as my friend's McLaren. Does a fantastic job of taking out scratches and surface imperfections. In addition to that, it's my go-to first step to take away maybe just the top layer of coating or prep or whatever waxes that are stuck on a vehicle, especially for a prep job where the surface has to be perfectly clean in order to be ceramic coated. Especially for this particular pan, since there are some surface scratches on it, I decided to go straight to the correction cream rather than the perfecting cream. The perfecting cream makes it a nice, perfect, smooth surface, but the correction cream does a fantastic job of taking out the top coat. In fact, if during the process of applying ceramic coating on a vehicle, if there's any sort of high spots, for example, if we forgot to wipe off a certain spot, or we left it to cure for too long before the initial wipe down, that's what I would go to is the correction cream to take off that surface layer. After a good polish, before you apply the ceramic coating obviously on a vehicle, but I don't know what the process is for when they coat the pots and pans. You always need to do a nice isopropyl alcohol wipe down in order to wipe off the excesses and also any polishing oil that may be remaining on the surface prior to application, because whatever contaminants or oil that's remaining on the surface is going to prevent the ceramic coating from sticking to the surface that you're applying it to. There's only a little bit of this product left, maybe a few drops, um, just enough to apply. I forgot to take the cap off of the inner cap off of the product before I applied it, so this first pass nothing came out. But as you can see, you just dab a little bit to saturate the surface of the rag, and application is actually pretty easy when it comes to ceramic coating. On a vehicle, you wipe in a crosshatch pattern, apply maybe a 3x3 area, and then you move on. You wait for a couple of minutes for the product to bond and cure to the surface. And then once it's cured or starting to cure, you wipe off the excess again, polish it, and buff it out to a nice glossy shine, and then you're done. This is the first attempt. It depends. Had 24 hours, actually 48 hours to cure with the ceramic coating. This is my first attempt at trying to fry an egg on the new coating. Um, my hopes weren't high, but when I did wash the pan for the first time, I noticed that it was highly hydroscopic. Is that the word? Basically, it beat it off water very quickly, and just from rinsing it, the pan appears to be completely dry once you shake it off a little bit. When did you put it there? Yeah, baby, did you eat mommy's banana? Baby, did you eat mommy's banana this morning? So I was hoping that it would work. Not that I would use this pan for, our daily cooking and whatnot, but I was kind of hoping that I could at least resurrect the nonstick properties. Maybe. But as we could see, the experiment has gone horribly wrong. It actually increases the stickiness of the egg to the pan. And at this point, it's for a non-stick pan is pretty much unusable. Even with a copious amount of oil, the egg sticks to the pan pretty much as it cooks, and really it's impossible to flip without damaging it. If you like the eggs sunny side up or over easy, this certainly does not work. In fact, even scrambled eggs, I wouldn't cook scrambled eggs on this, especially for a non-stick pan. This does not work at all. Yeah, it actually sticks really bad now. It's actually easy to clean up, but it actually sticks. So it's an abject failure. It actually, using the ceramic coating designed for vehicles, for car paint, it actually made the pot stickier. I suspect that whatever they use to treat ceramic coated pots and pans maybe has a tendency to be not so slick or so smooth. And I believe the smoothness is what caused the egg to actually stick to the pan more. I used a little bit of oil, like what you're supposed to do for all ceramic coated pots and pans. And it was still like once the pans heated up, the eggs cooked, it actually sticks to the pan much worse than it did before. So not a great idea. First of all, it's not food grade safe. You're not supposed to even use it, according to the manufacturers. Secondly, I believe because of the smooth and the glossy factor, after you apply it and wiped it off, it ended up making the egg stick to the pan more because there's more surface for the cooked egg to stick to. What I probably should have done is wipe the ceramic coating on and leave it instead of polishing and buffing it off after 2 minutes like you would apply on a vehicle's paint surface, because you do want it to be buffed off and you do want it to look shiny and glossy. But on the pots and pan, you do need the uneven surfaces. And if you ever look at a ceramic coated pots and pan, they're not polished perfectly smooth. They look like they have a heavy layer or amount of orange peel to it. So don't try this. And in fact, I didn't even eat the egg that I fried because first of all, it was stuck to the pan. I liked mine a little bit runny, over easy. The way it came out wasn't all that appealing. And second of all, the manufacturer says it's not food grade safe. And you just never know what chemicals they put into the SiO2 coating in order to make it car application safe. And even though it's been 48 hours since I applied, and hopefully whatever solvent that they put into it has evaporated, just simply because of the fact that it's not food grade or food grade safe, and manufacturers do not recommend it, I don't think it's safe to eat anyway. Who knows? Maybe they are safe to eat. So if you have any idea, like basically what qualifies as food grade safe ceramic coating and what does not, and if something like this would actually work to resurrect a used and old ceramic coated pots and pans, let me know. I would love to find out whether or not this is something that you could actually do to resurrect a pan, to have it recoated and have it work and be non-stick again. Because it seems like such a waste to throw away a pan or get new pans every couple of years.